Guys, uh, communication skills, how they are important is, I want to give a best example of our foreign minister of our country. He is the best example of communication skills. If you have strong communication skills, what you can do, he is the best example of that. Friends, I don't follow politics, but I can definitely tell you that since last 20 years, I follow the news and I read. I know who is the Home Minister and Prime Minister and I follow them. But first time I have seen a foreign minister who is so good in communication skills and confident. We never had such kind of a foreign minister earlier. I told you, dear friends, that very few people have good communication skills. I gave example of, as I said before yesterday, I was listening a podcast of the president of US, Donald Trump. And in his podcast, he specifically said that if you need two good qualities to be a leader. In that interview with Friedman, he was asked that, you are a businessman and you are into politics. Why you are so successful? He said that there are many people who are businessmen, but they are not successful in politics. Only money doesn't make you a leader or a president. Along with that, you need good communication skills and your ability to control the crowd and speak in front of lakhs of people. And that Donald Trump has. I mean, Barack Obama is one of them. Prolific communicator. Ronald Reagan was there. Oh my God, Dr. Martin Luther King was the master of that. In our Indian context, we have Prime Minister Modi, who was really prolific communicator. And second thing he said that along with good communication skills, one important thing you need is the courage to get criticized. Because when you are contesting these elections, they are going to throw dirt at you. That's what I said. I'm writing a book on politics actually, politicians especially, that how these people can handle that stress and the criticism, allegations. How do they do it? So you need a courage, guys, to deal with all these things. Coming back. So, India was considered as a country which is weak. You can say anything, and they will sit quiet. I follow politics and external affairs and all, I follow that. Any press reporter will get up and level allegations against India. You are a terrorist country, or you are a polluted country, you are a populated country, you are a third world. And I have seen that Western media especially, whenever our earlier foreign ministers would go and talk to the press in other countries, I could see that our foreign ministers were defensive. They were defensive. They did not have the confidence, the boldness. They did not have that. I don't remember any foreign minister actually. Who was that? Apart from Sushma Swaraj. And she was very good in, I remember she was very caring. Fine. She was caring for our Indians. So whenever our Indians would get trapped in other countries, she would personally get into touch and help them, bring them back. But apart from that, I don't remember any foreign minister who was worth remembering. And I did not knew that there is something called foreign minister. But first time this gentleman came into the picture, Dr. S. Jaishankar. And one of the reasons I feel is his confidence and his ability to communicate. Guys, this shows that how communication plays a vital role in shaping image of a country, because a foreign minister is a leader, is a representative of our country, when he speaks. People will judge us based on how he communicates. or timid, shy, yes, sitting on the fence, nothing. He's so blunt, confident. We can call he will call a spade a spade. I always used to feel like our foreign ministers, they were afraid of foreign countries, other countries. They would be always defensive. Like that weak guy is there no in a class. There's a weak guy in a class, anyone can come and punch him, like India was like that. But here is the guy who had changed the image. I remember recently he was being asked that India is buying crude oil from Russia. Don't you feel you are supporting the Ukraine war? And do you know who was asking this? These foreign reporters. And he gave, I think, one of the best savage replies. He said that Europe can buy it, we can't buy. And very nice line he said that Europe has to come out of this mindset that Europe's problem is world's problem. But world's problem is not Europe's problem, because we are not concerned about Asian countries and all. You go to hell, we are not interested. We are superior than you. We matter, you don't matter. We will pollute. We will use all the resources. Don't know what they think. But here is the foreign minister who doesn't take it, and we also matter. In fact, he said that, it is called, I was reading the comments while preparing for this session today. Many comments were there from Hungary and from Africa and from Sri Lanka and from Pakistan also. They said that he is not a foreign minister of India. He is a foreign minister of Asia. Because he speaks for that particular region actually. In fact, he is called as the star foreign minister out of 193 countries. The star foreign minister. I remember the replies that, for example, there was this reporter from BBC. Prime Minister Modi went to Russia and he hugged, embraced the President Putin. Now, this reporter asked, he hugged. People are not happy with this. What was his reply? He said that in our culture, we have the tradition of hugging people and embracing them. I don't know about your culture. Now, I haven't seen a foreign minister saying this earlier. Because I believe that there was dominance of the Western media, the Western leaders on Asian countries. No foreign minister of any country, including Pakistan and all other countries, dared to say this. And he also said that, I have seen our Prime Minister embracing many world leaders. There is nothing unusual in that. Imagine what happened to that press reporter. Mouth shut. He is the only, the foreign minister who has that guts to speak. As far as his communication skills are concerned, wow, excellent communication skills. See, communication skills, again I want to say, communication skills means what? Communication skill does not mean that only fluent in English and good vocabulary. It doesn't mean. Communication skill means courage to speak up your mind. And he has that courage. Recently, a Pakistani reporter asked him 15 days before that, the same question, Kashmir problem. He gave a very simple answer. He said, give us back. Problem will be solved. Now, I haven't seen such a clear, short, concise, laconic answer. Give us back. That's all. Now he's very famous now. When people love to listen to him, what he is going to say. I believe that the reason why he is a good communicator, that he doesn't speak formally. All of you love formal talks. Formal talks means like we can guess what he is going to say next. He is not formal. He is very informal. He speaks his mind. And I think that makes him a real gem of a speaker. There was with this, usually it is said that when you are a minister, you should not be informal, you should be serious, He is not like that. And my observation is, if you know what you're talking, you don't need to be very formal. Not need. What is the need of that? And he knows what he's talking, because understand, you're a foreign minister and you can't say anything rubbish. I mean, your every word matters. And in communication skills, guys, you should speak substance. You should speak relevant points. And I think that is the reason why PM Modi has selected him as the foreign minister, because the gentleman has 20-30 years of experience as ambassador to different countries. Therefore, who better than him can understand the foreign policies and the relations and all. In one of his speeches, he told about how, our Prime Minister called him at night, at around midnight, when there was this Afghanistan issue, Taliban and Afghanistan, the fight was going on in the country, and Indian civilians, they were supposed to be evacuated from that place, from embassy. I think Kabul, I don't remember. And he said that at around midnight, the Prime Minister called him. And when Prime Minister calls, there is no caller ID. That just call. And he told that. And he told that, when the Prime Minister, when he picked up the phone, the PM said that, Jage ho? Yeah. Then the Prime Minister, TV dekh rahe ho? Haan. And then he told about how the Prime Minister said to him that, what's happening there in Afghanistan, do all the necessary things and call me after 2-3 hours. After 3 hours means what? 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And there was a silence on the other side, and the PM said, personally call me. So these kind of incidents he shares, that tells that how both of them are, concerned for Indians. Dear friends, when such a foreign minister is there, imagine what will happen to our image, or India's image. What people will think about our country. And that is what this foreign minister has done to us. That today we are proud of having such a foreign minister who is well learned, who's educated. Getting into IFS is not a cakewalk. Good communication skills, deep knowledge of his field, foreign ministry and connections and political connections. And what I like is the courage. I like the courage. I have seen that earlier, I don't know why our foreign ministers were so weak. They did not speak up their mind. India being so powerful country. But we were so timid actually. Whenever our foreign ministers would go to, international conferences and UN and all those, G20 and COD and all. But this person is so confident, never shy of speaking, never shy, speaks his mind. And I think that he shows the West the mirror. Look the mirror. I mean, you don't give us lectures. I remember there was this question asked to him that why do you buy, as I said before, the crude oil from Russia? And he said that, see, we send people to buy oils, that's all. We need oil. Because we are biggest consumer of oil. As we need oil, we go and we buy. We don't think about the political relations and all. There is no political oil. We just want oil, we buy it. Never before a foreign minister has spoken so bluntly about our country. One more thing I remember, there was another question about China. He said that, see, we will handle it. Because what the West thinks that India will depend on other countries if China invaded India. So what they're saying? So you have to support or you have to do what we tell. You have to support Ukraine or whatever it is. He said we are capable of handling China. No, we can't. We don't want to change the stand. In short, what he was telling is, we are self-reliant. We can defend ourselves. That I liked. That we can defend and we don't depend on you. I really like that. Don't you feel, guys? Earlier it was like, India is a weak country, poor country, can't defend herself. You have to depend on us. But one more thing I want to say here is, the reason why our foreign minister can speak confidently because India is really growing. Because you can't be a weak country, weak in the sense financially weak, your GDP and your economic growth is not there. Then you can't have that confidence. Today he has the confidence because we are really growing now. Therefore he can speak. And that is what is really amazing. So, friends, before I end, I want to just say one thing, that the passion he brings at the workplace is awesome. I mean, I have seen very few ministers who are so passionate about their work. I remember he is using this word, my. My, he says. My Prime Minister, my country. That shows that how much he is connected with our country, how much he is passionate about his job. When he was using the word my, I was getting goosebumps. My, he is saying about our country, my Prime Minister, my stand. And because I believe that, I believe that in front of European countries and other countries, they definitely think that we are poor and weak. But today that image has changed now. And it's all because of our super talented, passionate, good communicator, Dr. S. Jaishankar. I tell you guys, he has an Instagram account. Follow him, rather than following any stupid influencer this guy is making our country proud. Follow him on his Instagram account. Follow him on Twitter and Facebook. And you should know about, at the beginning I realized that many of you don't know about him. You know everything about hero and heroines. Alia Bhatt and Salman Khan. Go and know about this guy. And what he does. Understand guys, whom you follow tells more about you. Whom you follow, whom you are following, it tells more about you than anything else. And I want to watch his interviews also, that you will understand the way he communicates. He will not dodge a question. He will not avoid a question now. He will face it head on and reply it savagely, as I said before. I think he has brought a new culture, new style of, new work culture he has brought. Earlier, as I said before, it was dull, monotonous, take the punch, sit quiet. No, now he doesn't take it, he gives it back. So that was the reason why today I thought, like, let me talk to you about him. I really admire, I have spoken about many political leaders on my channel, but I haven't spoken about this person. Yesterday night, in fact, while I was going to bed, I was thinking about him. I was thinking that, today I will speak about him. Because I have seen many videos and I have read many articles about him and how he's doing his job fairly well. Dear friends, if we get such ministers, definitely our country will be superpower. The way he replies to any question, I say it's not diplomatic answer. It is true answer. It pierces the heart. Usually what I have seen is, as a communication teacher, I have seen that answers are so confusing that we don't understand what exactly he wants to say. And most of the ministers don't answer the question properly. But he is very clear about his communication and he just opens up and we understand, okay, this is your stand, clearly. Yeah, see, what I feel is, it hurts me actually. It hurts me that these European countries and US, they take us for granted. Do anything, say anything, do any allegations, because they are a bit poor countries. So they will accept it and not defend. But here is a person who is not going to. Even initially I was feeling like, oh my God. He's so open and so savage in his reply. What will happen to our relations with other countries? But in fact now other countries are taking us seriously and respecting us now. I used to see the US foreign secretary, that's foreign minister, the way they used to talk confidently. All of you have seen those foreign secretaries from US, they come in India and allege India, give a lectures to India. I have seen that. In India they would come. I remember one incident actually, when our foreign minister was in USA and there was these Western media, they were accusing us that in India, minorities are not safe. You know what he said? In US, he was in US. He said, today morning, there was an attack on a Sikh citizen in your country. Now you don't lecture us on that. Can you imagine a guy goes to US, in their soil, he gives it back. And their foreign minister was there, I think. In front of him, he said this. It was on the same morning. Okay, a Sikh citizen, I mean US citizen, but he was a Sikh, he was from India, a US citizen, he was being attacked by someone in US. They are also minorities. Now he said, you don't give us a lecture on this, what do you do? I was so happy that yes, look at this. This shows our true power now, we are growing. We have the guts to go to US and talk to them. Earlier it was like, we will see into allegations and a committee and nothing like that. Guys, anything else? You should know this topic. As I said before that, we know about Alia Bhatt, but we should know who is Jaishankar. I don't know whether he has written a book or not, but definitely I will buy his book if he writes. Do you know, guys, he was working with Tata Group after his retirement. If such a talent was just lying in the corporate, what would have happened? We would not have got that, we would not have used his experience and his talent for our country. So I believe that getting the best teammates is very crucial. Finding the gems is very important, and that is, I feel like, one of the best. Another is Nitin Gadkari. I feel like he's really genuine and really works very hard for our country. All of you agree with me? So the reason why our country is growing because of such good ministers. I know about these two ministers who are very good. I don't know about others, but they hold a very important portfolio. External affairs and road and transport and infrastructure.